It's Friday! Happy Fun-Friday, everyone! So, today I'm going to be telling you about a Mexican getting pulled over in Canada. So, every Mexican I know has a heavy foot. And even though we have little feet, but anyway. So, I was driving, going to church, going to my regular monthly meeting with my pastor because I used to run young adults. And all of a sudden I see these lights like wee wee wee, and I'm like, oh, let me go to the side so then he can, pass because he must be going somewhere. And then I see he's slowing down and stopping behind me, and I'm like, oh no, it's for me. And I start like my hands are getting sweaty, like I'm just like getting really nervous, and like all these things are going through my head. Of course, cops, the TV show, like bad boys, what you gonna do when I come for you? Of course, like anybody would. So I try to get out of my car, and you're probably going, no, don't get out of your car. But I did. I opened the door and I'm like, of course I gotta put my hands on the hood. Like, I gotta prove that I am innocent. I don't have anything on me. Like, I haven't done anything illegal, I think. I was like, oh my gosh. So like as I go and open the door, the guy, like the officer is like, oh, like you could almost see like he was like, is she about to take off? Like, what should I do? And then I'm like, oh no. I think when they put the hands in the hood of the car is because they're like guilty or something, or they have drugs, and I'm like, I don't have any of that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I like jump back in the car. The officer must have been like, what the heck is going on? And I jump back in the car, and then I'm like, I have my hands in the wheel because I'm like, I already messed it up. I was like, you know what? I'll just put my hands in the wheel. So I have my hands like this, and I like turned the window down, and I was like, okay, he's just gonna come over. I really hope I don't go to jail. And I'm like that, and then he's just like, ma'am, and I'm like, yes. He's like, do you know what you've been doing? And I was like, no, I don't. It's like, I didn't even know you were pulling me over. And he's like, yeah, like, have you realized that I've been following you with the lights on, chasing you? And I'm like, oh no. I was like, nah, I'm going to jail. And I was like, no, how long have you been following me? He's like, for like a long time. He's like, at least 5 minutes. And I was like, oh shoot. So he's been following me, and I'm like, well, chasing me. Following me sounds a little bit less dramatic. He was chasing me. I didn't realize. He told me I was going around 100 in a 40-50 zone, and yeah, so that's not good. And I didn't realize, like, I had no clue. And I thought it was being nice, pulling over for the cop. And then he's just like, okay, so I, like, this whole time I'm like panicking, and I'm like laughing. Like, if anybody knows me, I just laugh, and I, like, when I'm nervous or scared or anything, I just laugh, and I'm like like I'm just crying laughing. And he's just kind of looking at me like, what is she doing? This must be her first time. And it was. And then he's like, so I start, my mouth just goes, and I said, oh, like, can I bribe you? You're probably going, oh no, it get worse. Yeah, it got worse. I said, can I bribe you? Like, is there anything I can give you? Like, I just don't want to go to jail. He's like, no, you can't bribe me. And then he's like, do you know why you were, like, can you tell me what you were doing? I said, is it illegal to tell you? My mom drove over a cop's car, like, what? Like, and then he's just like, what? I don't realize what I'm saying. And he's like, no, it's not illegal. Tell me, like, what were you doing? And I'm like, I was singing to Carrie Job. He's like, but you had your phone. And I said, I'm such a distracted driver. I said, I can't text and drive. I said, so I had it as my microphone, like every good girl does. Windows down, summertime, microphone, your cell phone. And he's like, uh-huh. And then he said, so, what were you saying about your mom? Your mom drove over a cop's foot? I said, yeah, he just couldn't get out of her way. So she just decided to just run over his foot. And he was jumping and jumping and jumping. And he's just like, and where was this? What's your mom's name? And I'm not cluing in. He's probably going like, we're going to go track her down and we're going to take her to jail. I was like, it was in Mexico. And he's just like, oh, okay. What else did your mom do? Like, what else did she tell you to do? I'm like running my mom under the bus. Sorry, Mom. And then I'm like, yeah, her name is Rosie, and she lives over there. And I'm like giving him full information because you don't lie to a cop, okay? And and then I said it was all in Mexico, and that she would tell the cops, like, if you stop me, fine, chase me down. If you can reach me, I'll drive myself to the station. That's my mother, very Mexican. And you don't say no to my mom. But so she's got all these crazy cop stories. And the officer, he's just like, okay, so just so you know, these things you don't do in Canada because your mom would be in jail. You don't bribe officers. You don't drive over cops' foot. You don't you don't do a chase and see if they can catch up to you, because here in Canada, they will. So he just, told me what to do, what not to do. And then he asks me, and then it just I didn't know what, I just started panicking. I didn't even know what he was asking me for. So he just told me to like give him the thing of like paperwork or something. And I was like, oh yeah, my brother had given me like, he's so sweet. He always used to like have little packages for me, like, okay, keep this in your car if you ever get pulled over, blah, blah, blah. I was like, right, I have that. And of course, I didn't. I forgot it because Andre kept telling me, put it in my car, and I didn't, And I should have listened. And I go, and he's just like, well, can you show me what's in there? And I'm like, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And he's just like, that's your XM radio subscription. That's your like information about your car. I'm like, oh no. And he's just like, it's okay. He's like, clearly it's your first time you've been pulled over. Just prove to me you have insurance or all the other stuff. And he's like, and then he's like, it's in your way. He's like, you could be getting like so many points and like a big fine. He's like, you've honestly like made my day. He's like been trying so hard not to laugh at me with all my ridiculousness. And you know what? That was my first ticket, my only ticket, and I am not gonna get any more. So hope you enjoyed my little Mexican pullover story in Canada. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you on Monday.